What's going on, YouTube? This is what is this? A nerd talk?
Nerd talk.
This is a nerd talk.
Nerd talk.
My name is Lance Excalibur.
I'm Mason AJ.
And this is IBM.
And I'm still the best of the three.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Yeah. I mean, if you gotta say it, it might not be true.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
The truth must be spread to the masses.
Anyway, we're here to talk about all these new and crazy nerd shows that's coming out this season. We got Arrow, we got Flash, we got Gotham, we got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All these coming back.
It's a nerd season.
Nerd season, man.
And not to add into it, we also still have the new season of Walking Dead. The Strain just ended. Like literally just ended. And also from what I'm hearing, we also have a possible, even already spinoff with not Fantastic Four, with from Flash, the main chick, Daisy. What's her name? What's the main chick's name? His girlfriend.
Iris.
Iris is talking about getting her own show now.
Wait, what was she supposed to be?
Yeah. Where pretty much she's gonna be acting like almost in the very lowest lane type figure, where she's connecting all the dots between the shows.
Really?
It's in promotional.
That would be stupid.
You know what I think?
They did that.
What I think DC's trying to do though? I think they're trying to make a mediaverse.
Right, and it's all supposed to like they
already kind of made a mediaverse because the Arrow was a hit, and Flash is gonna connect, like ride the backs of all the fans of the Arrow. I mean Gotham too. Gotham, they're not saying it, but they're riding the fans of all the Arrows too. Like,
but that's the thing. The Gotham is not the same as Flash.
They're gonna get the same fans though.
But no, once again, a movieverse is all connected. Avengers is connected to Captain America, Iron Man, all that's connected. That's a movieverse. Where Flash and Arrow are just now those points. So I think the Iris show is mainly to be like, once they have a Justice Society and everything else, her show is going to be the leeway point between that.
I think, me personally, I think it's just too early to be talking about her.
I mean, everything is only still in promotional director.
I'm just thinking like, she seems boring to watch.
Right? Though
she her character right now. Maybe it's just because her acting.
I think her acting is just not on point to be talking about her own show. She ain't even that cute though. She ain't even that cute.
Whoa!
Like at least be cuter.
She's a very attractive girl.
No, she is. But I'm just saying, like there are certain people that if you just see their faces, they be like, I want to see more of that. And you know what I mean? Like that chick off the New Girl. What's that chick name off the New Girl who got that voice though? Oh, she's so sexy. We don't. That chick from the New Girl. You don't think she's sexy? Boy,
I'm gonna have to question your choices from now on.
See, let's get back to the subject at hand.
So
talk about these shows.
Let's start with number one. Number one on the list of things to talk about is in fact Gotham itself. And I say that's
genius.
Whoa!
Genius.
Whoa.
Gotham is genius.
Really? Whoa!
No, genius.
All the way genius.
Genius. Yep, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go ahead and give it from a nerd standpoint, it's a 10 out of 10. Nerd standpoint. Okay. The show progressing right now is a 10 out of 10. Let me explain this. Okay, this is what I'm saying. First off, I get a very adult feel from it. Like it's kind of like if I used to watch CSI or some of these cop shows, and then at the same time I'm a nerd. Like this just pulls me right in. Boom, right there. The name dropping was annoying me at first, but now I'm liking it because every time I see a character who I know is gonna be something, the Riddler or something like that, I kind of get like, I like that because they don't push it. It's just like let's talk to this guy, and then you're like, oh shit.
I will give the point to that. They don't push the name drop.
They don't push the name drop, but it's there though.
The Penguin keeps showing up, and they keep giving like little hints and jokes.
But see, he was the biggest crime boss when Batman first started, so it makes sense that he's climbing around. Yes, he is. Look, by the time
Penguin is not the biggest crime. When Batman first starts. When he first starts, he's not the biggest crime. Black Mask is the biggest crime when he first starts.
Okay.
Comic book knowledge.
I feel like that's video game knowledge and anything. I don't know because there was the Penguin. Black Mask wasn't even in old school Batman. I don't know. Think about it. Bam Pow. Remember that? Like G Willikers Batman.
If you're going Bam Pow, you gotta go with Babyface.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true.
And Dollface.
Babyface and what's his name? Stink Toes.
Okay.
And Hammerhead.
Right.
Were like the biggest crime bosses.
All right, let's back up then. Because they are doing their own thing. They're doing their own thing with how Two-Face is Jim Gordon's partner, and you got Barbara Gordon.
Wait, pause. Bullock is his partner.
No, Two-Face is
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent is his partner.
So why do they keep calling him Bullock?
No. I thought it was Detective Bullock.
Yeah, I think it was Detective Bullock. Like maybe I misheard that, but I keep hearing Bullock.
You ain't never lying. Hold up though. No, cause don't you make me feel like I'm not a nerd right now. Time out.
No, because they threw so many names out there. I can see how I got confused.
Because they threw Harvey Dent out a lot, like through the TV of Gotham. Like it was like Harvey Dent's on the news saying blah 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 blah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I got it. Maybe I got it confused.
And on that point, here's my biggest beef with all the name drops. How old is everybody supposed to be? Because they established that Catwoman and Poison Ivy are children. Penguin's a grown man. But if he's a grown man now, like let's just say early.
Technically, when Penguin first fought Batman, I thought he was like 40 something.
But then because when he first fought Batman, then Batman's still going for 20 years. So that means he's like pushing 60, 70.
No, I mean, cause like no. I feel like right now he's like in his 20s. Cause he's a young dude.
Wait,
like,
he's a young dude. He's in his 20s. So when Batman first
like young
drops,
20s, maybe because Batman becomes Batman around like 20 or something like that. Like when?
No, Batman becomes Batman around like you're right, around his early 20s.
Yeah, like
so that means essentially because he's 10 years old now, by the time that happens,
he'll be 30.
No,
like Penguin will be in his 30s.
No, Penguin will be in his late 30s, early 40s.
That makes sense.
But that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But then once again, thinking about it from a comic book perspective, because I'm a comic book nerd. Well, damn, Batman has been ever since Batman dropped down. He's Batman for 28 years, and Penguin is like still leading into his 60s.
No, because he takes Penguin out early. Like that was one of his early defeats, man. I can see.
But Penguin always comes back.
Well, yeah, because you're a villain, so you always
I think you're playing too many details. A little bit too hard on this one.
Here's my main detail.
Okay.
Jim Gordon is a young man with Bullock as his older, more mature partner.
Okay.
When we see, in established time, when we see Bullock before, he's old and he's fabric, but he's middle aged. But Jim Gordon is always wizened with white hair and older and becomes commissioner. So how old is Bullock? I think
we gotta eliminate. Okay,
maybe,
here's the
I
thing.
think that's the little details that we kind of have to like.
You have to eliminate for the movie because look at the Arrow.
This is like its own verse.
But see, I'm bringing it up. People always want to call Arrow a comic book TV show, and I always say no. Arrow is actually not a comic book TV show.
And this is kind of what you mean. Like I understand what you're trying to say. Where I wouldn't look at Gotham as a comic book TV show. I would look at Gotham as just like a show based off of Gotham before Batman was Batman. And granted, you can say the timelines, and I think that's the only thing nerdy I would say you would have to throw out the window to truly enjoy this.
Okay.
Is throw out the timelines and just like kind of.
And I feel like you gotta kind of do and accept that with anything media-wise.
Yeah.
That was something I think you gotta learn early on as a nerd.
Except with Flash, because Flash is in fact a comic book TV show. They're taking the comic book storylines, they're taking comic characters and playing them into a TV show.
I take it. Look, all of it, as long as they don't like straight up just like redo, like the Flash didn't see his mom get killed by like, because that's a part of his hardcore kind of. They took that and was just like they had nothing to do with the story or the fact, like you know what I mean, like, but they're keeping the core things in there. They're just tweaking some stuff, and I don't mind that. Which they did with every movie and every other, Avengers.
Unlike Arrow, which takes these same characters and doesn't tweak them, it completely revamps and changes them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, in the sense, all of this is revamped and changed, and so I take it like that.
And sometimes it has to happen,
and it's good. Get back to the topic on subject. Gotham is good because of that. I think that Gotham is really pushing a very mature / comic book. So like, if nerds were adults, they will love this. Oh man, this is great. Yep. Kid nerds won't probably want to enjoy this as much, but adult nerds, I think, will love it. I'm loving it. I really am.
And
like,
the one thing I like is, as much as I like and don't like it, because Gotham is kind of like the only really city you can do that with in DC, is that it does push that adult feel and like that human perspective. And I felt like DC should have did this earlier. Warner Brothers should have did this earlier. Like, you know what I mean?
It didn't have the popularity. Because you gotta remember, the movies in the last 5 to 10 years have really pushed the envelope with people who are not into comics and stuff. Like you could if there was anybody who didn't know, they know about.
Yeah, they had to push a realistic take because I'm just looking like, yo, these are the same characters for the past 80 years. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta do something fresh to them.
Iron Man, all these movies that's coming out that's really pushing this, man.
Well, I can put the one key thing I love about Gotham, which like you said, I wish they would have done this sooner, is it makes Gotham feel like a real life city. I always look at Metropolis and even Coast City like that. All these events happen or anything. No one like an ordinary citizen react to that. It's always like we're supposed to just ignore that shit happen.
Oh, thank God.
Gotham feels like the fact that crime is invaded to everything's linked. The mob bosses control the cops. The cops have their own rule system like that. We look out for one another. Hey, you can't just murder a cop. That's against the rules. That feels very realistic to very like old school, even like 1920s, even early 99 or like early 90s New York. I actually feel like this is a living, breathing city which I'm watching. It feels like the world is active. Where normal DC and even some other type of TV shows, the world is very dead. That's actually my biggest flaw with H.I.E.L.D. to jump change a little bit. I feel like the world itself doesn't exist around you, where you is just so focused on you. I don't see how anything else happens without you being there.
Yeah, and that's very true. Like Gotham does feel like a very alive, and this is why this is one of the key reasons why it's working.
Functioning world.
Feels like a functioning world. See, I have to admit though, like looking at it and see, because they have to adjust to the times. Like everybody has cell phones. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Yeah. Everybody got a cell phone or something like, and it kind of feels like as much as they want to keep this old school, it's like technology has progressed so far.
You can't really take it like back that far.
So we talked enough about Gotham to establish the fact that at least at this point we all like it and we're going to continue to watch it. Now I will say what I don't like is the Flash. I'm gonna just put it and say it. And I'm not saying I don't like it, but for the pilot, I with Gotham I wanted to keep watching episode 2 and 3. I saw the Flash. I'm like, all right,
with the Flash,
I'll catch that.
You're gonna go with like your concept of like, oh, this is a comic book show. I actually kind of will like it. I actually like it now that like you said that, because I'm like, if I accept it as a comic book show, we all have to remember the Flash was kind of corny in the beginning. Even his villain sounded corny. Captain Boomerang.
He didn't understand his power. Like that's the thing about the Flash. As they progress throughout the like realistic comic book world, he really developed, and like his powers go far beyond what you like. A lot of people say, oh, he's just fast. Like, on a molecular level, this dude is like.
But you know what it is? It's funny how like the Flash's villains make you realize just how like serious the Flash is, which I don't think a lot of like comic book characters in general like do enough. Like Professor Zoom, negative anti-Flash, negative Flash, whatever y'all call him, but I call him Professor Zoom. You know, he makes you realize just everything technically the Flash could do. That dude came in as like, he looked like literally living lightning and killed the Flash's mom. Like you saw that off the bat. But like there was nothing you could do to stop that. You know what I mean? The dude moves so fast you just can't comprehend it.
Right.
It just can't be done.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this. This is a Mason motto. Thank God for psychopaths. Because and literally Professor Zoom was the dude who said Joker, Professor Zoom, Zod. Think about all these villains who, if they ever stop focusing on that one person.
Well, Zod wasn't a psychopath.
No,
he was just he was a super soldier. That was just his business.
Lex Luthor, Brainiac, whatever. They focus so much on Superman. I mean, I'm really talking about like old school Zod, not like Man of Steel. I'm saying they focus so much on Superman. It's like, yo, if we just stop messing with Superman and let's affect the world.
Yeah, they would wreck it. Because technically, that's all Vandal Savage really is. Vandal Savage is a complete villain because he affects the world.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? And like when the Flash's villains, back to the Flash, when his villains like stop just doing like, you know what? Let's just stop trying to wreck the Flash and just start doing our own thing. Yo, when his villains trickled into like the mercenary world and stuff, they murdered. Like I was looking like, yo, how did Captain Boomerang get? The dude's called Captain Boomerang.
No, not Captain Boomerang. How did Captain Cold get so serious? Captain Cold kind of puts Mr. Freeze on the scary level.
Captain Cold wears bright blue. You tell me this dude just dropped into a military base and something like, yo, you can't beat ice.
If you want to say it like that, then you can say that those heroes help stop these crazy motherfuckers from attacking the world. Like, you know, because
that's what makes them heroes.
Right, because they give them a focus point. Oh, he thinks he's the shit. Okay, I'm going, you know what I mean?
Because I ain't gonna lie, if Darkseid didn't have such a hard on for Superman, we would be ready.
Oh, we'd be done. We'd be done.
We'd be
done.
But with the Flash TV show, you're liking it.
Okay. With the Flash TV show, I can honestly say that by taking it for what it is, it's one thing. Okay, what makes it bad is the corniness. It's like it's just like you know, I gotta save the world. You can do it. But you can go around that tornado and you can make it happen. Yeah, like with hard work and determination.
That's one of those things you gotta accept. Because you know, the Flash is one of those. You fight crime and you fight drugs.
Yeah.
Children.
You know what?
That's it. It's about the kids. The Flash is more about the kids. Where the Arrow started off like, I'm killing people. Arrow to the head. Wow.
It felt even like a Forrest Gump reference because they were like, "Run, Barry, run,
Run,
Barry, run."
While the Flash is in fact made for kids, you can say it's more marketed to kids. It does have some plain adult moments.
Well, you know what? The acting is very good.
Yes,
like,
and
that's what makes me go, I can watch this because I don't feel like they're trying so like, I got to save the world.
Also, all the actors from Law and Order, when they have all the cops, I'm like, how did they get a budget for all these Law and Order actors?
Right.
And I'm smart to spoil for people who haven't seen the pilot. But Homeboy was looking like, oh, you really want to do this now? You want to do this now?
No, that was the dad moment.
Yo, your dad killed your mother.
Yeah.
There ain't no superpowers. Grow up, Barry. I was looking like,
I'm like, dang.
You kind of had to back up and be like, oh my gosh.
but he was speaking from a realistic dad perspective, and I felt like, you just made me want to see this episode too.
And even when he saw that, because I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was so gimmicky that after he's done Run Around Tornado, his mask is off, right? But it makes sense though, because he's blowing against the wind. But I guarantee you, every time he runs after that, his mask will just fall off.
Oh yeah,
right?
no.
So it's like, yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, when he looked, he was like, oh Lord, you buried. Like I felt that was some good ass acting. Like he was really like shocked. Homeboy was like,
and that's one thing I was looking like, yo, where did this budget come from?
Right.
But
did you just go, you know what? Nerds are making shows now. All right, since we Fox and FX, we're just gonna push that.
If they had did a Kickstarter, I guarantee they could make millions.
Oh yeah.
So even if the budget didn't come from the fans, like they got the budget. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the industry is too big.
They got
like,
Jada Pinkett Smith.
He killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Like and like even to like the old school like
Gangsta
you know
feel.
like nah she like she's like the female version of that like
and I like the fact that her name feels like an old school gangster.
Right.
How you just gonna come on Fish Mooney's turf?
Right.
Yo,
like damn.
Who you talking about? But then you see them beat a dude has that. You be like, you know what? Don't even mess with Fish Mooney. You need to just let her turf beat.
And even him, like that dude is like boss. Like he was like, so I heard that you said you was gonna come take over my shit.
Yeah.
She was like,
Falcone.
No, Falcone. Like
I will say this. Now,
Now,
with Gotham and Flash, they're kind of both acting on a prequel kind of deficit.
Right.
When you watch Gotham, you know what Falcone turned out to be. You know what Gotham. I know Gotham. You know how Gotham turned out. You know what Arkham is. When you know what Flash, you meet Thawne. You see, all these other characters. They've dropped the big hint. Flash during New 52 Infinite Crisis storyline. It's not here. Because as a comic reader, you kind of already know what's going to happen. It's more interesting to see the stepstones to that destination.
Right.
And I will say that's one thing with Flash. I'm like, all right. I'm not really so much a fan of the comic book like that, so I want to watch, but I want to see where this goes. You are a bit campy with, I'm not crippled, I'm from the future and everything else. But it's like, all right, but all the supporting characters make it feel more alive. So I'm like, I want to see where this goes from that point. But it just doesn't make me excited like Gotham does.
They push the issue of the cohesive world in both shows.
Well,
really
Arrow did the same thing though. Arrow started off like, I don't know if I can keep watching this. And the next thing you know, I don't know what happened. I was just like, when the next Arrow episode of Arrow coming on?
Because Arrow is a soap opera with superpowers.
Hey, well, you know what? Hopefully Flash takes a, because there's gonna come a point where they're gonna say, you know what, we losing viewers because it's too corny. We gotta make it more serious. You know it's gonna get more serious.
Because,
You know it's gonna get more serious.
They kind of do that with like a lot of their shows. Like you see it and they're looking like, okay, we tested it, we tried it. Now we're gonna push.
Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
push
the
lost
issues
me.
that they look.
The first season lost me, dog. I'm sorry.
But see, and I kept telling you, that's typical Joss Whedon. All the Joss Whedon shows are super corny and slow and very unpaced in the beginning, but they pick up when they pick up their Angel and Buffy and Firefly. All those start really slow.
You know what? Let's go ahead and talk about that. Like, I guess that could be the last one until we talk about a lot of these things. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2, I'm liking. It's starting off to me kind of hard. Like, the first episode was boring halfway, but then it just went hard.
I feel like they got the contract for like the first season of all these shows. They're looking like, okay, got the first season. Let's see what we can push and what we can push, what we can't push. And then we're just gonna keep that and then upgrade upon it. Because I'm looking like, technically, just like we all said, Arrow was kind of soap opera, campy, and all that. And and I thought Gotham was gonna start off that way.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie. But the fact that like Gotham kind of came in with the CSI feel, and then it became serious, like in the pilot. Like, you know what I mean? The fact that Jim Gordon had to like almost shoot and kill the Penguin, like to establish that he don't fall in line. Because if you don't fall in line, they're just gonna kill your girlfriend.
It made you feel the corruption. Like you feel the corruption.
And then you see Jim Gordon like get bogged down by the corruption. Like he doesn't talk as much anymore.
Right.
You see it way on it.
Yeah,
like,
and with
that's Batman feel.
Right, but with also going back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., in the beginning, here's what it felt like: a very campy, like almost 1990s show, with typical Josh Whedon style of Buffy the Vampire. So we have the gang and we're all cool.
Right,
we're doing
right.
But
and we're learning.
I will say this:
together.
it feels I can synopsis with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is Captain America, because Captain America, the very first movie, was very corny, kooky, but had its moments. And Captain America 2 was so serious.
That's a good point.
And literally, as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. builds on itself, it's also building into all these other movie verses. So now, season 2, we have the technology, we have the means, we have the most. We're building into the Civil War. The S.H.I.E.L.D. organization doesn't feel like, well, really, it's just 6 dudes and a computer. It feels like there's a whole organization backing the 6 dudes.
Yeah, now it does. Because I ain't gonna front. First season, I was thinking like, yo, there's these 6 dudes and a bunch of suitcases, but I don't feel like Nick Fury is gonna come down and do like, you know. I don't feel like Nick Fury is gonna show up and like give an order.
And that's the
computer.
thing. Nick Fury was the only character to me that could pull a Joker to, and I still felt like that didn't take away from the fact that he can murder me. But but in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though, with how the way they joke and stuff, I feel like y'all can't handle half the shit that goes on. Why are y'all joking? Y'all should be like nervous and focused.
And especially all the people who they wanted to drop in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were looking like, we just dropped the Absorbing Man. Like, I'm looking like, I ain't trying to front.
Graviton.
Graviton is serious. The Absorbing Man,
serious.
From a human level, the Absorbing Man is really serious because he's literally a dumb thug with the power to absorb anything. God magic. There's one time he got hit by Thor's hammer and just absorbed that shit. Like took Mjolnir's lightning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's one time he grabbed the Hulk just absorbed the radiation and then hulked out.
Like, no, that's serious.
That's serious. The one thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I really want to wish there was a comic like this. I want to see how serious these really are from a regular human everyday joke perspective. Absorbman doesn't seem so serious because he's always fighting the Hulk, the Sentry. But as regular dudes, I'm just a regular cop. What's it look like to see the Absorbman pick up a truck and throw it at me, a regular cop? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't quite do that, but I am feeling more of the human cohesiveness in it. But also, New York Comic Con just happened. You went there, we couldn't make it there, and now they're dropping these big names for things that could possibly do it. They're saying it's rumors that Captain America 3 is going to feature Civil War. You already kind of see in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. how those things are going to build toward that. Now, it's not official yet, but you see how, okay.
See, if they make big moves like that, then they've completely redeemed themselves.
I got one question, though. How is Avengers 2 going to lead into the Civil War?
It's not.
That's kind of like,
they gotta keep it cohesive.
No, it's not gonna be disconnected, but it's not gonna be like stuffing stuff on. Because Avengers 2 is setting up for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and the bigger
and that's what I'm saying.
And my point, I would, if I had to push it, I ain't trying to front. I would have it do that, but at the same time, I'd be like, it's all confirmed that Ultron is coming in the Avengers 2.
Hands down.
I would have Ultron be like a center point for the Civil War.
Right. Because the Civil War would be a good movie, though.
If you unleashed Ultron and he started wrecking every hero city and come out as a fearsome robot, not that I look like a Terminator robot who doesn't do anything. Come out as I'm the Terminator, but evil. So I murder kids. I murder people. I come in this building. I blow it up. Walk out the fire.
That's what he did in the comic. He murdered everybody.
If the government said, you know what, the Civil War thing is going to initiate because Ultron was unleashed, that would make total. I'd be like, that would be serious.
Ultron took over the world in one day.
That's not really much of an accomplishment.
To say you whooped the Hulks, but.
But see, here's the thing. When Ultron took over the world in one day, it's more like I positioned myself and I blackmailed the government, something like that. But literally, 2 days later, the Avengers came, wiped you out, turned you into a girl, beat your ass, and then kept on moving. You kind of took over the world, but wasn't world politics. You didn't set the stage for the world. You just went I'm in control of it.
My first time Ultron really got serious was the Annihilation War series because he had his own planet. And he came down with like his techno army that like was absorbing and killing stuff. Like he was wreaking havoc across the galaxy.
Right.
That's when I was looking like, all right, Ultron. Now as a computer, I understand just how like
Brainiac was like, hold up though, I didn't know.
Yeah, right.
Can I do that? Why did I think of that? I'm just over there collecting data, and I could have built an army.
Well, then Brainiac should come out and be like, yo, I still did our world's at war.
Right.
Absorb the Big Bang. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like, yo.
But you failed anyway.
Right. You know. But you
But
all right, we gotta wrap it up. We've been rambling on.
But that's what Nerd Talk is all about. It's all about us
I know.
just doing our thing. But I have to say this. Comment down below. I really want to know what you guys think about The Flash, Gotham, Avengers 3, Captain America 4, Iron Man 4, all these things that's coming out in the nerd community. As nerds, we really want to know what you have to say.
Altogether, I love the wave of new nerd shows that are coming out. Personally.
They all gangster, but we gotta go. My name's Lance Excalibur.
Mason AJ.
IBM.
Peace.